It tastes like success. It tastes like 1,000 Arteta haters tears. Tastes great to win again, playing Arteta ball, and it's absolutely beautiful. Hello and welcome to the Gooner Talk, back again with you guys for another show, for another episode of our Raw Reaction series, where I join you straight after every single Arsenal game and react and get your thoughts in our fantastic, lovely, brilliant, beautiful chat box, and of course enjoy the just the people eating their own words. It's great. I love it. Oh, I can't wait for some individuals to enjoy this victory, this turnaround, this football that you doubted, this football that you were just moaning about. Oh, sack him. Please sack Arteta. Please sack him. Oh, well, you look stupid now, don't ya? Loving life as Arsenal fans. Let's get some trust the process into the chat from our members. Use those emojis proudly, you absolute legends of TGT gang. Really appreciate all of you in the chat box. We've got plenty to talk about, plenty to discuss, plenty to love and laugh at, and we're going to do all of that in today's show. Let's get some of your thoughts. Aniko says, Emile Smith-Rowe is so good in both flanks. He makes this system work. Captain Caramello says, our captain played like a captain tonight. He just needed that goal, but he played very well. Take that, Big Sam. You suck. We'll talk about our captain, because I'm not as pleased as some of you may be about Aubameyang. Ronk says, Tom changes like the bloody wind. When you're presented with new evidence, the one thing I would say is that I've stuck by Arteta throughout this. There's been times where I've gone, if things keep getting worse, you can't allow it to go on for so long. We've held our hands up and we've said, you can't stick by this if it keeps getting worse and keeps getting worse and keeps getting worse. But all the time, we've maintained that we want Arteta to turn this around. We've not called him. I think I saw someone say the words. I'm not going to repeat the words, because I don't want to associate myself with that level of idiocy that we see sometimes on the old Arsenal YouTube waves. But it's just, it just feels good. It feels good. I love it. Absolutely love it. Calvin Cloette says, hi, Tom. Hi, Calvin. Another solid performance by Marie and Holding again. Farabi says, Lacquer not lacking any goals anymore. Fantastic stuff. Anthony W says, Alba body language was terrible. Even the way he wouldn't chase Tierney's pass from going out at the end. We're going to talk about that. We will get to that. So save your Aubameyang comments for a little bit later on. Let's talk about the positives of the game. What's this fish thing again? Fish... There's no such thing. Fish cannot fly. There is a flying fish, but it cannot fly. It can jump and then it falls. It does not fly. I'm sorry. We're not having this discussion. It's not happening again. Not 2 games in a row. I'm not having it. I'm waiting for someone to DM me the information to prove that a fish can fly. Until that happens, we are not having this conversation again. It's not happening, okay? I'm sick of it. Auntie says, honestly, Tom, I'm repeating myself, but I said weeks ago, Arteta needs to change the players or the system. He's done the first and it worked. And you got to say, credit to that man. He's learned from those mistakes. He's learned from it. He had Willian back today. He could have started Willian. He didn't start Willian. He did play him, and we'll talk about that as well. But he didn't start him, and that was important to do as well. Oh, for goodness sake. Stop it. Stop it, guys. Peace Tembo says Katie should be captain. Proper leader. Lacazette is back to his best. If he carries on his good form, he can score 15 plus goals. I'm going to have to get a flying fish emoji. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to have to get a flying fish emoji. I'm going to get a fish in an Arsenal shirt flying. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to get. Matthew Deso says, please, Saka is playing on the right. He's gone up a level since moving sides. Slavomir says, fantastic performance. Alba ain't captain. And Kieran Tierney is man of the match. Tulip says, Lacquer, Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, the way they play and combine. Bravo. Fantastic stuff from them. Sanyik says, Lacquer and Holding playing well, and they both have 1.5 years on their contract. Where did I see it before? Well, Holding looks like he's going to have a new deal. Lacazette, I am not in favour of the contract just yet. Do not let 3 performances turn it around. I mean, it's a very difficult subject. I'm looking at Aubameyang. I'm seeing what's happening after Aubameyang signed that deal. And I'm thinking with Lacazette, do we give him a new deal? Do we give these players that are getting to that age a new contract? Do we carry that on? Do we need to be more careful? We'll talk about that at some stage. We'll do a dedicated Lacazette contract show when we come to make those decisions. Alex says this game also proves we cannot drop anyone for Willian whatsoever. 500 foot, where's that? 500 foot and not gliding or jumping. It's flying. It's falling is what it is. It's falling. See Forever says such a beautiful game. I am so happy. Anthony W says Arsenal are a lot different when Tierney carries the ball forwards. Ed says Mainsley wearing a figure skating suit was underrated highlight. What is he? He looked like he was wearing a onesie. It looked like he was wearing like an Under Armour onesie. Come on, man. You got Tierney in there in just short sleeves. And you got Mainsley running around with what looked like dungarees, which I think they probably were. Unbelievable stuff from Mainsley this evening. Matthew says Arsenal are a different team when our attackers drive forward, not just Tierney. Absolutely 100%. Mainsley in the baby grow this evening, says Harry. Saeed says Tierney taking matters into his own hand after everyone wasted his assist. Let's talk about that goal. Let's talk about that first goal. Absolutely rinses. I think it was Furlong that he absolutely destroys on Arsenal's left-hand side, cuts back inside, and the right foot curler from him. I believe that's his 2nd or 3rd goal for Arsenal. I want to double check that just to make sure it's right. Kieran Tierney, how many goals for Arsenal has he scored? I remember he scored at the end of last season against Watford. That is his 2nd goal for the club, it looks like, according to the latest statistics. So that is fantastic to see. 2nd goal in the Premier League for Kieran Tierney. Scored in every single season he's been at the club. How consistent is that? Farah B says, Tom, even if Laka isn't scoring, he adds a lot to the team, which we didn't see with Aubameyang or Eddie. It doesn't do it down the middle. E-commerce says, Bellerin was mad. Bellerin had another good game. You can't say that Bellerin did not have another good game today. I thought he was really good. He took the yellow card. And you have to say fair play to Mikel Arteta for taking off Bellerin with that yellow card. It could have been a problem. He's very, very worried, I think, about those red cards kind of building up. And it was a good decision from Arteta to take it off. Ed says KT's goal was a beauty, but the right side for West Bromwich Albion was a turnstile. It was terrible. They were bad. Let's not beat around the bush. West Brom were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful this evening. That's fair enough, and I'll completely take that on. 2021, positive, no red cards, 3 points, undefeated, best goal difference of any side, I think, in 2021. We're just the best team of 2021 already. Arsenal Football Club. Fantastic to see them back where we want. Antti says Lacazette's work ethic is something not often found in strikers, which is worth keeping. They could use Willock on loan, says Samir. They certainly could. Ajit says, Tom, credit to Arteta for not putting back Willian straight in. Okay, let's talk about Willian. Let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about everything from that game. 2 changes. Danny Ceballos, who I thought also had a good game. I don't think he did too much wrong. Bit of a reckless foul towards the end of the match, but ultimately his passing was on point. He kept moving the play. He kept playing Bellerin in behind. Really good passing from Danny, and he hasn't had the best 2 games of late when he's played. So fair play to him for coming in. He's definitely staked a claim for playing next to Xhaka as long as Thomas Partey is not fit at that time. I mean, how exciting. How exciting is it to know that we've got Thomas Partey coming back? We've got an FA Cup game at the weekend. An FA Cup game that we can just chill, do some rotation. If we go out of the FA Cup, it's not the end of the world. Of course, we'd love to stay in it. We'd love to go and try and win the competition again. We love the FA Cup. But the league is important this year. The league is so important to get back up that table. And we've got a week where we don't have to play Partey. And he's going to have 2 weeks of full training so he can come back in against, I think it's Crystal Palace, after that Newcastle FA Cup game. So I am excited to see what can happen at this football club for the rest of the season with Partey coming in. It's going to be unreal. We haven't got, arguably, I'm going to put it out there and say that Thomas Partey is arguably, on paper, our best player, and we haven't had him this whole season, and getting him back is going to be so sweet, so sweet to get him back into the team. Sanyik says, Tierney's goal reminded me of Nigel Winterburn. Yeah, I was left footer shooting with the right foot. Fantastic stuff. Prince says, our young players, Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka, exuberate so much confidence. If I see Emile Smith-Rowe anywhere near that FA Cup game next week, I'm sorry, but no. Rest him. He's played a lot of football now. So has Saka. Rest them both. Get Pepe in, get Nketiah in, get Aubameyang playing again. I don't care. Like a pro Aubameyang in. The FA Cup is a punishment to Aubameyang. Who we're going to talk about now? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You are Arsenal captain. You are the player that is setting an example for these young players. It doesn't matter if you're 4-0 up or 4-0 down or you're chasing a game that you're level with. You do not do what you did at the end of the game, which was down tools, give up and not care. And I'm sick and tired of seeing players with the attitude that they think they can just, it's 4-0. Don't care. I don't care. You commit to playing for Arsenal 100% of these games. And Aubameyang did not do that at all. And it doesn't matter what he did at the start of the game. It doesn't matter what he did throughout the game. Because he ruined it, and he ruined anything to do with that stupidity. Because that's what it is. It's stupidity, it's just immaturity, and it's boring. And honestly, just needs to be dropped at this point. Because I'm not okay with a captain playing that way. Was not acceptable. Doesn't matter what you think of the guy. I love him for the fact he's won us FA Cups. I love him for the fact he's scored loads of goals. But it does not categorically absolve you from criticism when you do that on a pitch. Because it's just ridiculous. And Kieran Tierney was clearly fuming, and fair play, because if there's one man that should be captain at this football club, it's Kieran Tierney. And that is a fact. Kieran Tierney should be the captain of this football club and driving us with the next generation of players coming through. 23 years and younger, the players coming through at this club. You've got the likes of Tierney, Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka. We've got Martinelli coming through. We've got these young guys. Emile Smith-Rowe is just exuberating. I love that word that you used. Exuberating. Fantastic, Prince. That word is perfect to describe what Emile Smith-Rowe is giving us right now. It's not acceptable. It's not okay. I want to get your thoughts. Aubameyang getting a bollocking by Tierney was epic, says Nico F. Ronit says Alba is sinking in his own low self-confidence. Javier says Martinelli is starting to look like the better option on the left-hand side. Aubameyang's attitude leaves a lot to be desired. JD says Aubameyang needs to be stripped of the captaincy and the armband should go to the only deserving guy in our team, which is Tierney. Calvin says, I'm very worried about Aubameyang. Must be issues off the pitch. Ronit says, Alba never used to miss those simple chances, and he's missing them now. See Forever says, Aubameyang was strolling next to Tierney, busting a lung in the last 15 minutes. Again, absolute credit. Absolute credit to him. Gary Hollis says, come on, Tom. Alba ran his socks off for 80 minutes. Laka was exactly like this a month ago when he was off him. And we criticised Lacazette then. Criticism is okay. You can criticise. I'm not abusing Aubameyang. I'm not using any horrible words to describe him. I'm criticising his body language. I'm criticising his application. I'm criticising how he ended the match. You can run for 80 minutes. You're paid over 300 grand a week to do 90 minutes. And it doesn't matter if you're 4-0 up or 10-0 up. It does not matter what the scoreline is. You don't give up in the last 10 minutes. You don't throw a sulk because you missed a shot. If you're sitting there sulking because you missed a chance, that is not the type of player that I want playing week in, week out. He's not the type of player, it's not the type of attitude that we need at the club when we're in a really difficult stage. We're 11th in the table now. I think we went up 3 places today because of that win. It is not the attitude. It's just not the attitude I want to see. Dave says, Tierney is captain's material. End of. Aaron says, best way for Aubameyang to get out of his personal slump is hard work. Matthew says, I still think Alba can come again. Just needs a few goals. Let's not turn on the guy. I never turned on Laka as I always felt it was. And again, it's not about turning. That's what I think about Arsenal fan. And I'm not having a go at you, Matthew, specifically. But it's something in the Arsenal fan base. It's something that it just feels like there's polarization between the Arsenal fan base. Is that as soon as you criticise a player, suddenly you are labelled as being like a hater on that specific person. Just through criticism. I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about criticism. And there's a very, very clear thing. If you want to go, I don't know, use the words like, I think someone said, something about Arteta's mother was used on another, I can't quite think what channel that was. No, it's gone. That sort of thing. Abusing players by personally attacking them family members. That's abuse. Me turning around and saying it's not good enough for what Aubameyang's doing in those last 10 minutes is criticism. And it's not me turning on Aubameyang. It's me rightfully criticising Aubameyang's behaviour at the end of the game. And that is not acceptable for me. That's not acceptable from a captain. It's not acceptable from any Arsenal player, regardless of if they've got the armband or not. And I think it's an important point. Lord Jabberwock says, come on. This is a bit of an overreaction with Alba. He should not be stripped. I'm not saying he should be stripped. I didn't say he should be stripped. I just said that Tierney, at the first opportunity, should be given the armband when Aubameyang inevitably leaves. I didn't say he should be stripped yet. And that is a yet, because you have to pull the cord at some point. So, and we've seen it before with other players. Daniel Roberts says, I thought Aubameyang ran his socks off. He was just tired. What was his bad behaviour? I didn't see that. It's just the end. If I watch it back at the end, and I just think that I don't accept him of it. I'm not accepting of it for me. I don't like it. Tulip says, not professional behaviour by Aubameyang, should have dealt with it in a better way. Thank you, Jamie Phoenix. Much appreciate the support, fella. Captain Caramello says, Alba played well, he defended well, and he had nothing left in the tank, Tom. He did more running than you have in your life tonight, Tom. Oh, that's just fighting talk. I'll have you know, I was quite the right back in the day, and I did my running up and down that right wing. I tell you, I put the effort in, and for the whole 90 minutes too. Not now. I work from home. So I'm not doing too much moving. In fact, as the wedding approaches in 2022, I'm going to have to get out there a lot more and do some more running for 90 minutes or more. But it doesn't matter what I've done. I'm not the one earning 300 grand a week. Maybe one day. But what we'll say is that he just, I think it's worth criticism. Jack says, it's funny, these Muppets are proving you right, Tom. I mean, it's just great. It's just nice to be right, isn't it? It's just nice. Texas Gunner says, boys, let's go. Mark says, yes, last 10 minutes, Aubameyang destroyed my whole mood. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's, oh, dearie me. Yeah, I was a striker, and then the last year of my career, Sunday League, I was a right back, where I did do a lot more running than I did as a striker. My final season in football, 11-a-side, was as a right back. And then we went and moved to 7-a-side, which is also fun, where I played centre-back, actually, quite a lot. I like defending. It's nice. I like getting stuck in with a few challenges. Love it. Oh, dearie me. Mikey says, yes, Tom, there's something up with Alba at the moment. It's just, yeah. I don't like criticising, especially after a 4-0 win. Don't like to criticise specific individuals, but it doesn't mean on the channel we just shy away from criticism. We criticise people when they deserve it. We praise people when they deserve it. And let's get on more with the praise, because it's a fantastic performance. I don't want to linger on the one thing that I felt ruined the end of the game. Let's focus specifically on what we've got. And what we've got, Tommy Laporte, what we've got is a team that is exciting. Now, I want to know your thoughts about the January transfer window, because we've got a situation. We've got a situation that we need to think about, is that Emile Smith-Rowe is amazing. That's the situation that we've got. Emile Smith-Rowe is an unbelievably good player for us right now. And we are now in a January window where Arsenal wanted to add a creative player into the mix to start, to play. And Arteta has said that these wins do not change our plans in the January window. And my question to you guys in the chat is does the emergence of Emile Smith-Rowe change the way that you think we should be approaching this January window? Should we still be looking at a Buendia? Should we still be looking at an Isco on a 6-month loan? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the chat box. Tell me what you're thinking. Zamir says, no, Tom. Don't do this. We need a creative midfielder. I'm only throwing out the questions a bit. I'm only throwing out the question to you. Keep starting Emile Smith-Rowe, says Check Perk. Let's scroll up and get some more comments. Hilmi says, Buendia. I'm assuming, Hilmi, you want Buendia still coming in. Patrick says, we're going to need another person for that. No, that number 10. Don't want to run him down into the ground. I think 6-month loan for someone would be helpful. It definitely does change things, says FT Music TV. Yes, says Mark, it does change things. Or rather, maybe, yes, we still need to bring someone in. Hovik says no, because he can get injured. We need to get stronger. Joseph says, I'd still get a creative player in to add to the depth. Sam says, yes, bring in backup for Emile Smith-Rowe. Isn't it amazing now, though? Isn't it great how we can sit here and now say that our January window is based around bringing in backup for Emile Smith-Rowe? How good does that feel that we've got this young kid who's come through and ultimately he's done that? Well, what I would say, Ozil as backup, Gary says. Now, what I would say, and this isn't a joke, this isn't something that should be joked about. If Ozil is going to stay until the end of the season, right? If he's going to be here until the end of the season, what is the point in bringing in an Isco, which is going to cost us money, on a 6-month loan deal, when you've got Ozil at the club? Like, I'd love to know your thoughts. I know that very people have got very strong opinions of Ozil. But as a backup to Emile Smith-Rowe, rather than going out and bringing in Isco for 6 months and wasting money, for me, I'd kind of rather we just promote from within, put Ozil into the squads, and then he can play if we need him. It's 6 months. I don't see the point of bringing in Isco if we've got Ozil, and apparently, according to sources, he is playing quite well in training. So if it's a permanent deal for someone like a Brandt or a Buendia or someone like that, it's different. But for a 6-month loan deal for Isco, when you've got players within the squad, I don't think there's a point of it. I don't think it's a point, to be honest. John G says, Danny was good today, but El Neni and him aren't good enough. If we can add more quality. Now, this is the point that I think needs to be talked about. If we look at the midfield we have, Partey's fitness is up and down. We don't know what he's showing us. We don't know what he's given us. But the thing is, if we look for a player in January that can play alongside Partey, we've got a real chance of a special squad. And I'm not kidding around. And I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon because we've been good recently. If you actually look at the situation, if you actually look at the squad that we've got, Danny Ceballos is going. El Neni has a year on his contract. Xhaka has got a year and a bit on his contract. 2 years and a bit, I think. Could go after this season. We need to sign a number 8. We need to sign a player that's going to go next to Partey. And if we can do that in January, I'm well all right with that. I'm so down to the ground with that. If you can sign a Basuma, if you can sign a Joan Jordan, I'd love those types of players. I think Joan Jordan, immediately, Sevilla midfielder, Spanish, really good player. And I've seen Arsenal fans just like, nah, he's not special enough for me. And I know that I've been waxing lyrical on about Arsenal need to sign more players in the Premier League. And if we can do Basuma, don't get me wrong, I'd rather we sign Basuma. But to turn your nose up at someone of the quality of Joan Jordan, I think it's arrogant. Personally. That's just my thoughts. Arjit says Ceballos is still an upgrade on El Neni. Actually passes it well. El Neni passes the ball well. I think that's harsh. Basuma, I was screaming for Decore and we missed out. Yeah, Decore could have done that job. Could have done. I'm not going to deny that at all. And says, is this the best winter Arsenal have ever had? Maybe. We do okay. Sometimes we do. It's November that's usually terrible for Arsenal. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the boxing. Christmas has come and gone. And since Christmas, Boxing Day, I mean, we all know what it was. We can all put the pieces together in the puzzle. We all know what happened. But there's 2 things that have happened. We can all kind of see the signs. If you can tell me what 2 things happened that has changed, I'm talking about from Arsenal, I'm talking about from a TGT perspective, what 2 things happened before that Chelsea win and during that Chelsea win, and now we haven't lost since? Tell me what you think it is in the chat box. What special thing has happened that's turned us around? Because it's clear, it's obvious to me that there is no other explanation than these things as to why Arsenal are suddenly turning around. Arteta quotes and Chris Wheatley are out. Let's go to Chris Wheatley, and as I see, I'm waiting for you guys to see if you can work out our little riddle there. Christopher Wheatley, where are you, Christopher? Where are you? There you are, Chris. Okay, press conference, love that. Yes. Arteta on Tierney, he's been fantastic. Oh, let's get these up on the screen. What am I doing? You need to see it. Oh, yes, we're finding, we know. Proposal, watch-alongs. I propose we start doing watch-alongs, and it changes. This is it. It's bang on. Tom has got it spot on. Princess Tom doing live streams of Hugh Izzy is what's turned Arsenal's form. Tom doing watch-alongs. See, you guys know. You guys know what the change is. You know. Absolute legends of the TGT family in the chat this evening. Absolutely love to all of you. As Hugh would say, love to your mothers. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look at what Arteta is saying in the media. He's been fantastic, he says, on Tierney since I've been here. The moment he got back from his shoulder injury, he's been terrific. He's improving, willing to do better and better, and he brings a great energy to the value. What is Kieran Tierney worth? Tell me in the chat. What are we saying? What is Kieran Tierney worth as a player? Because it's got to be, you're looking at 50s, 60s, 70s. This player is worth an unbelievable amount of money. Unreal amount of money that we've got in Kieran Tierney. Arteta on the upcoming FA Cup fixture, he says, we've got a week now to prepare for another competition. We have great memories from last season, the way that we won that cup. We talk about the importance of this week for us, and to be able to win the 3 of them is really important. Arteta on the improvement. The players took the handbrake off. Oh, you're seeing the Wenger links. You're seeing the Wenger links now. I'm loving that. The callback, the nostalgia. The players took the handbrake off, and you can see they are playing. Someone needs to clip that. Someone needs to clip Arteta saying that. And whether it's an Arteta team yet, this is an Arsenal team. Oh, with an idea that I want. In certain moments, it was very close to that. Oh, he's not even ready. You are not even ready. You're not even ready to see. This isn't even prime Arteta yet. This is not even prime Arteta yet. And we're seeing this football. We're seeing the play from, Emile Smith Rowe to Lacazette, plays it through to Emile Smith Rowe, crosses it to Saka with the finish. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we've been waiting for. Get the man the players he needs. Get the man the players. He's had the players. He's been a little bit cautious about using them, but now he's seen them. Now he knows what he's got. Now he knows the players at his disposal. This is it. This is it. This is it. Unbelievable. Let's see what you guys are saying about his worth in the chat. £1 billion says 500 million. Any advance? Anyone to advance on £1 million? 5 billion, 500 million. Unbelievable. Worthless? What do you mean, Kian? He's not worthless. I think you mean priceless. I think you need priceless, Kian. As Clayton says there, priceless. Absolutely priceless. 60, 70, 65, 50, 40. More than Chilwell. Unbelievable. Oh, I'm loving this. £5, says Ronk. Ronk's not a very nice guy. Ronk just is not a very nice guy, are you? I'm only joking. Yeah, I know that's what you meant, kid. Let's carry on. Arteta on Partey. He's feeling good, and we will assess him if he's 100% available to play against Newcastle. We could see him in the FA Cup. I think Arteta's prioritising it. Let's be real. I think Arteta's looking at that FA Cup game and saying, we need to win it. We need to keep this winning streak up. We need to keep the confidence high. We don't want any stutters. We want going into this game at 5:30 against Newcastle. It's a big one. It's a big, big, big one. It's important. I underplayed it. I'm actually taking myself back. I'm going back. I'm rolling back. I'm rewinding. I'm saying that we need to win this game. We need to win this game against Newcastle. Better than second best left back in the league, says Said. And who? And by the way, fantasy players, if you want to join our fantasy league, links in the description, codes in the description. Who put Smith Rowe and Tierney in their team this week? This man put absolutely fantastic stuff. 5:30 next week is the Newcastle game. Czech says, glad to see a happy Tom. Don't like the gloom and doom, Tom, but I know the feeling. Look, your mood changes. And there are some silly people out there. There are some people out there that look very, very silly. And I like it. You know who you are. You silly people. On Tierney says he's got something special in his blood. We're wearing gloves and snoods, and he just goes out there in his t-shirt. Love that. To be fair, Arteta is Spanish. He's Basque. So, I mean, I love that. I love that he was out there. I genuinely thought for a moment the game may not happen today. Did you not think that for a second? The game may not happen. Oh, dearie me. Tom put something in his drink. No, it's just water, to be fair. Just no alcohol this evening. I'm working tomorrow, so I can't afford that. Can't afford any slip-ups. Had a day off today. It was nice, but no, on the water. Hydration. Absolutely key. Absolutely key in these times. Fantastic stuff. Can I be on this channel? Says, yes, of course you can. You just need to join up as a member and an expert member of that, and you get access to the Discord. You get access to coming on the show, join our podcast. You get access to lots of exclusive content. So if you'd like to become a member, then please do. Tom says, I want to see more attacking football like for our amazing team effort for the second. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff. Nice fancy glass. Oh no, it's nice, isn't it? Oh, this is a Christmas present. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Living the high life. Oh, you wouldn't see this. You would not see this, you know. Unbelievable. Fancy glasses. This is the level we're at. This is Christmas presents. This is what happens when you grow up. You get a house and then you start getting presents for your birthdays and for Christmas that are just fancy. I've got a mirror. We've got a mirror for Christmas. That's where we're at now, is when you grow up, you get these really adult presents. We got a Kenwood, you know, a little cake making things. You know, we're just adults now. I'm old. I realised next year I'm going to be 28. Me. Look at this baby. This moonhead is going to be 28 years old next year. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. Life goes too fast. I used to advertise myself as a young, aspiring journalist. I'm nearly middle-aged now. So life goes quick. Don't waste it, people. Do not waste it. We have 100 likes. You need 200, mate. 200 likes is what you need to get the old goodbye that you want. If you want to see me say the words at the end of the show, 200 likes is what it is. 200 likes. Get those likes up, people. Appreciate the support as always. You're absolute legends. Ronit says, yeah, you look sweet 16. Mackenzie says, I'm 28 now. Well, I'm sorry, Mackenzie. You're always going to be 2 years ahead of me, mate. I thought you were in your 30s, says Sabusi. 30s? Come on, man. Unbelievable. Tony Mills says, are my comments getting through or am I muted? Your comments are getting through, Tony. I don't know what you're on about, mate. Maybe you're swearing. You can't swear in the chat. Sometimes it blocks the comments. Now you're going to get a load of people trying to swear and some might get through. So don't do that. I'm 38. Says, okay, no, we're just telling each other how old we are. This is the level we've got to now. I thought you were 34. Unbelievable. Where's the join link? In the description, Matt. If you go into the description, it says members, join it. You might need to load it up on iOS or Safari. It might not actually work on this, but the link is in there. You may have to do it on a laptop, not on your phone. So there you go. Robert Parker says the handbrake is finally off. It certainly is. Juan Jordan tactical breakdown, Tom. Yeah, we might do that. We might get around to doing that. It depends if we get stronger links to him for sure. Fem Odell says, I'm 58, but thankful. Enjoy the rest of your life, Fem. It's important. Enjoy every single minute you spend. Texas says, Tom, how many drinks are you in? Not enough, clearly. I'm on the water, fella. Texas, I'm on the water. This is water in here. It's a clear liquid. It's not what you think. It is water. I can guarantee you. Pepe on loan. What are your thoughts about that? No, I don't want to send him on loan. Send Willian on loan. Send Willian. Saka is 8 years younger than you. Yes, I know. It's painful. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Ronk. Water or vodka? It's definitely just water. Cactus water. You guys are going weird in the chat this evening. That's what winning does to you. Anyway, we're going to... Anything else from Arteta just before we wrap up this evening? On if this win is what your side wants. Yes, very happy. Always tough to win away from home, and the way we've done it in a really convincing way against this difficult weather. I'm really pleased. It's 3 in a row in last week. We talked about the importance of this week for us, and to be able to win the 3 of them is really important. Yes, there were moments that I think we were really, really good, both defensively and offensively. Obviously, in attacking phases, we have moments where it's exactly what I want. It's exactly what we tried to train and teach the players to do. And in other moments, we became a little sloppy. In certain moments, where we thought the game was won, which is something that we have to improve on. But in general, it's close to what we want. Boys, girls, Arteta's back, man. Arteta's back. Just deal with it. Accept it. Breathe it in. I swear, You will never have to not see this every week because it is back. Arteta ball is back. I mean, I'm not going to say that, Bish Bosh, because I'm not a moron. So you can try. I'm not Arsenal Fan TV. I don't just read out any old comment, and that's not a challenge. But no. But thank you for the donation, mate. I really appreciate it. But I pre-read my comments. So I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. Some love for the Preston Cat. Holding was on point. Marie was on point. Absolutely fantastic. It's getting to that time, Tom. Is it? Are we nearly at... I mean, I'll check it because I'm about to go. So if we're not at 200 likes, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the British goodbye. You're not... I mean, I don't know what it is. The obsession about people abroad. No, we're only at 152. So you're not going to get... You're not going to get it because we're going to wrap up in about 10 seconds. Thank you, everyone on the channel today. Absolutely fantastic to see Arsenal win. Absolutely to see... So many people in the mud. So many people in the mud. It's great. I love it. I didn't see Yannick in the chat. Anyone seen Yannick in the chat today? I haven't seen it. Can I have a hashtag where's Yannick in the chat this evening, please? Where is he? I've not seen him anywhere. It's weird. It must go somewhere else when Arsenal win. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Alexandra Lawson says, wait a second, come on, Tom. It might be going up, but I'm going to be going any second. We're not going to get to 200 likes. It's not going to happen. You're at 173. It's not going to happen, guys. Free Yannick. R.I.P. Yannick in the chat. Yes, I'm loving this. Oh, dearie me. Who's Yannick? Joe says, who's in the mud? We know who's in the mud, Joe. We know who's in the mud. You don't want me to say their name on the show. Hashtag where's Yannick? Hashtag pray for Yannick. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. This is great. I love when we're happy. I love when we're all enjoying ourselves. 183 likes. I'm going to have to I'm hanging on for you guys. I'm hanging on for you, but it's just not going to happen, is it? We're not going to get... I need to like the video on my own channel. I need to like the video. I didn't know I could even do that. 188 likes. What is this? We're 12 away. 12 away from 200. Plot twist. Yannick is a Spurs fan. I know someone else who's a Spurs fan. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I'm loving it. The Bolton Baresi says CF forever. Loving it. We're at are we there? We made it. 200 likes. Okay, we can wrap up the show. Thank you ever so much, guys. It's been a pleasure to speak to you, as it always is. Absolute legends, and I love every single one of you. We're back tomorrow. Let me tell you who's on the podcast. We always do podcast day after league games. Let me just check. Go on to my very organised Google Sheets, and I can find out who's on the podcast. I think you're going to enjoy the lineup tomorrow. It is Drew, John and Owen, the TGT writers back. Drew, John and Owen are going to be on tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss a show. We'll be back here to talk more about the fantastic site that is Arsenal. You know what this means, though, now, is that now we've got to 200 likes. As Mark says, it's the next barrier. 300 likes is what it's got to take to. That's what it's got to be. We're loving life, people. We're loving life. People are in the mud. We're in the money. We're loving life. I'll see you again very, very soon. And as always, up the Arsenal and cheerio. Much love, guys. See you soon.